Hey guys, Tyrip here, and I'm bringing you the finals of the European bracket of the Balance Invitational. Figured I'd take a look at what the Europeans are up to after I covered the US bracket the other day. So get the full picture, and maybe we can set up a bit of a head-to-head rivalry that's going on next week. So playing for today's opponent in the south, we have Nicko. You may know him as Nicko, playing as US Forces, and straight away locking in heavy cav. Face offensive in the north, we have VonAsten playing as OKW, and his loadout is Spec Ops. Old trusty, but much nerfed. Overwatch and fortifications. You can't read too much into these portraits before they select the commander, as they won't show the modded values. So first couple engagements here. Rifleman forcing Fox Unity is back here. Usually engagement they don't excel at, but VonAsten just going to play it safe and wait until the Stern Pioneers can come in to tip the scales in his favour. Free rifle start for Nicko. Stern Pioneers closing the distance here, but remember Riflemen do have slightly better performance mid to near. Pioneers take over half their health. Now can't really afford to charge into this next squad, and here comes a rifle squad from the rear. VonAsten perhaps saw the flag getting contested on the map, knows to pull back. That's going to be point blank against this rifleman and has to retreat. Looks like that's his call to action to mobilize on the other side of the map, re-echelon here behind light cover, but not going to be a match for both squads of Fox Units. However, re-echelon did receive some accuracy bonuses in exchange for a damage nerf, so should be more consistent in their damage, and there we go. Bleeding more Fox Unit models than I'd usually expect in that kind of engagement. Looks like VonAsten's going to keep the squad here so he can maximize his capping power and inflict as much damage to Nicko as possible, whilst Nicko jumps onto the cutoff here. Getting a lot of territory disconnected, maybe going to go some flank action. He did also put down a rifleman mine there, which I don't know if VonAsten spotted. Well, if he did, he intentionally diffused it right there. Rifleman charging in here against Fox Raiders. Reposition behind cover. Rifleman already dropped a model. Dropped another model. I think Fox Raiders should be able to take that now. Getting chased away. We do see a lieutenant tech for Nicko, and also more mines, so really getting busy with the improved build time on those rifleman mines. He's taking full advantage of that here. Away go the riflemen, and in comes the lieutenant. A bit of a tag team. We're going to hold the line until they close the distance and then pop the retreat. There we go. Nicko on top of the fuel over here, playing in a very defensive position so he can jump behind cover if he gets attacked. And in comes the attack. VonAsten coming in from an interesting angle here rather than directly from his base, kind of coming around the side, potentially denying some of the cover utilization here. In comes a grenade. Forcing these riflemen away from cover. They're quite low on health as well. Have to retreat across the road here. There's a couple more models, but all these squads quite low. And in comes a fresh squad of riflemen. Can fight behind this heavy cover position as well. Could cause VonAsten some issues. He has got his tech truck down now. And in comes an M20 for Nicko. Interesting there. Oh, and this could be a wipe now. M20 on the chase down. It's going to get there in time for a Faust. Oh, and he gets the skirts before any of the Fausts connect. And he doesn't actually have the munitions for a Faust. What was he spending his munitions on? And the squad does end up going down. Maybe just the grenade and the medkits are enough. Thought he would have enough on top of that though. Faust. Being those Crossroads, you get control of your munitions very early on, but he did get cut off. Did forget about that, so maybe that cutoff was enough to make the difference. No Faust available to save that fault screen there, and a strong start here for Nicko. You can really feel the impact. Okidoki not getting off to quite such a strong start after the slight nerf to their starting manpower. US forces are overwhelming them here early. Maybe this can turn the tide. Looks coming in for VonAsten. Having to fight a man down now. Fighting into the M20 as well. Nicko does make a detour, getting out the ambulance before the Stewart, so this looks is going to have some time on the field to get a bit of damage done.
All sectors, ability now ready. We're losing a capture point.
Oh man. So much bleed coming in here for VonAsten, struggling on territories. About 10 models behind in the kill count now. And Nicko playing the ranges very effectively here. No chance of a Faust coming in. With supreme map control. And these mines also causing VonAsten a lot of headaches every time he tries to push out of his base. Here comes the looks, he's going to need to get a whole bunch of damage done with it. No bazooka upgrade yet for Nicko, but as you hear there, he has completed his weapon rack tech, so potentially get his re-echelon with the bazookas.
A capture point is under attack.
It's just a rifleman mine, it's not the M20 mine there, so it won't one-shot the looks if it runs over it. But that M20 is so mobile. And there we go. Nicko's mines just all across the map, time and time again getting triggered. And, oh no, the re-echelon are back at base, so can't really go for the chase down, but maybe the rifleman can. All of them vet 1 here. Needs 2 AT grenades to connect. Here come the fault screeners to support. Looks limping away, inflicting quite a lot of damage as it goes, but oh, he doesn't even need to go for that. Finds the squad. Was capping on the point that hit the mine earlier, very low, and goes down. Another wipe here, and VonAsten, that might be the match there, losing another fault screen here at this stage. Too costly, I think. Looks like maybe he's not even going to bother going for the Stewart. That's how comfortable he feels right now, just going to go for a super fast medium tank, major in production. Oh, slight miss micro here from VonAsten, closing the distance. And the rifleman gets overwhelmed.
Work completed. Boys, you ready to roll out?
Take a look at how much sight the M20 has. You can see it's very hard to sneak up on it. You can see for miles at a time. Makes positioning it very, very easy, but here comes the look. Speaking of sneaking up, doesn't go for the chase down though. I feel like maybe he needed to go for like a desperation chase down, and that was his best opportunity to go for it, but he's just too scared of the mines. Doesn't want to push forward without the sweeper. I can understand that after running over so many, but it might have been his gambit to get back in the game. And here comes the bazookas coming after the looks now. And misses that one, only one window as well, so second one can't fire. VonAsten branching out to the other side of the map now, fair idea. But Nicko in cruise control here, loading a bit of manpower, doesn't even need to go for anything. Here comes the looks again. Going after the lieutenant, very clumped on the cover there. Oh, only gets one model for his troubles though. In come the bazookas from the side, but opportunities are there to screen them away. M20 might have to be on its toes now. Bit of heated fighting here. MG34 trying to hold the line, combining with this Volksgrenadier squad. He ends up getting the suppression, but here comes the M20, switching sides now, shutting down VonAsten's push. Looks like he's going to try and get the capture off before retreating. Secure the cutoff. Oh, left the cover there. And looks switching sides now. But looks is quite a bit slower than the M20. Once again, more mines going down for Nicko, making full use of the faster build time on those rifleman mines. Really spamming them out now.
Crowds are taking one of our points.
Machine gun getting forced away. Speaking of machine guns, here comes a fresh 50 cal. Nicko.
A capture point is being overrun.
Another mine getting triggered there. It looks right nearby. But M20 still comes in from a cheeky angle. Looks not pushing in. Here comes the Puma, so he's going for the Lux Puma. This Puma coming in a super late timing, and oh no. Late retreat, bit of body blocking. Now the squad down for VonAsten. Oh, and the Puma straight away hits a mine. Bazookas there for the Lux as well. And both his light vehicles with huge damage on them now. And Sherman coming in for Nicko now, so if he loses this Puma with no defenses against the Sherman, he's going to be out of the game. And squad closing in, just needs one AT grenade to seal the deal. Popping smoke now that they're in range, hoping that'll buy him a bit of time. But the Lux with the main gun crit unable to come to assist. And there's the AT grenade. And I imagine once he sees the Sherman, he's probably going to throw in the towel.
Getting hammered here! A capture point is under attack. Taking fire!
Here it comes, straight down the pipe.
That's a heavy machine
And
gun.
VonAsten sees it, says GG straight away. And that's the match. Well, pretty one-sided match. Nicko getting off to a really strong start, but I feel like maybe the 1.2 changes to OKW manpower might have been a little bit too steep. This match seems like US forces are overwhelming OKW early on. And these mines, Nicko taking full advantage of them. I didn't pay full attention to how long they took to plant, but you got to plant them all over the map with your riflemen. Seems to be very strong now that they are much quicker to go down. But GG, and onwards to game number 2. So here we are now for game 2. VonAsten going as Soviets and straight away locking in armored assault, getting that radio intercept cooking. As offensive in the north is Nicko, and he's going for Austria. And his loadout is German infantry, Osttruppen, and Jaeger infantry. So no assault grenadiers like we saw from VonAsten in the US bracket. So interesting to note, VonAsten going for a tier 1 strategy here, which is not quite as common against Austria, I would say. I wonder if he's worried about Nicko's sniper play and maybe he wants to have the counter snipe option available more. I promise you, I didn't know anything about this game. He's actually going for a sniper himself straight away. And one of the big benefits of going for snipers when you have radio intercept is that you can hear when your opponent has built a sniper, so you know when to expect a counter snipe potentially. It's a big edge Soviet has in the counter snipe game, but could still get overwhelmed early. Have seen this commander with the 250 coming out of very fast timing, pretty potent at chasing down snipers and going for a tier 1 start. Not going to have access to conscript AT grenades everywhere. VonAsten's going to have to be good about his mine positioning, I would say, to help protect the sniper. So here we go, lone sniper heading out onto the battlefield now. VonAsten did go for the double combat BGs for maximum capping power. And he does have a sniper bulletin equipped, so maybe that's giving away his game a little bit. Putting the penal as the follow-up, and straight away he has to backpedal here. If he tried to go for a sniper, he would have had to retreat straight away. And taking damage on your sniper super early on, not desirable. So you don't want to have to force into healing super early. So backpedals around the bush and gets a snipe into the building. Nicko standing outside the building, just waiting. Might jump in and out every now and then to maintain control of it and get some scouting information, but doesn't want to take any snipes. Sniper, knowing this, switches over to the other side and gets busy on the grenadiers over here. Which is the green light for Nicko to jump back into this building, crash these combat engineers, but in comes the penals from the other side. We just have to jump back in. Here come the pyos closing the distance, and the flamethrower pops. Bad position for Nicko. Sniper going to work here, getting a lot of kills on these two grenadiers. This one man now, has to retreat, but slightly late retreat on that comm engineer. Should get away though. And Penal's holding the line here nicely. VonAsten, that flamethrower really making the difference, and a good sniper play as well, so he's off to a pretty strong start. Leading quite a lot of manpower though. Has gone for a 4th grenadier, which if you do go for 4 greens, it does delay your tech a little bit if you're going for like a standard tier 2 build, but maybe he's going for the 250, so he doesn't need tier 2 down. So maybe that opens up the path for this 4 grenadier build. Another penal coming in for VonAsten. The follow-up. MG repositioned back to the fuel point here. Finds the penals, suppresses them. They're very low in health. Do end up retreating. Wonder if he's going to go for another squad, or if he's going to go for medics next. Just getting down some mines, as I mentioned, very important.
Enemy forces are attempting to capture our territory.
Keep the sniper alive. Line everything up. There we go, sniper getting in for some nice damage. MG setting up. Sniper doesn't have full sight range to the edge of its firing arc, so needs a spotter if it wants to shoot the machine gun long range until it vets up. And there we go, very early sweeper, and finds the first mine for VonAsten already. Nice sweeping from Nicko. Holding the line here. Sniper going to work. Man, that's off to a great start. 8 kills already in 5 minutes. Nicko closing the distance here. Sniper still going to work. Penal's in a nice heavy cover position here, holding the line. Does delay, goes for healing, delays the squad coming back onto the battlefield a little bit to make sure they were fully healthy. Now they're hitting the battlefield and helping overwhelm Nicko in this engagement. There's, oh man, hasn't even started his tech yet. That's perhaps a little bit of a mistake. But he would have already started his battle phase. Maybe he wants to go for a med bunker now though.
Enemy forces are securing our territory.
I'm not sure what he's up to exactly. Nice wiring off here from VonAsten as well, but
Our opponents are seizing a sector.
there's still a tiny bit of cover available. And away go the Grenadiers, so pretty good map control for both players. Oh, central charge, dodged. In fact, he might have even lost a penal model himself. Nothing to show for it. Sniper gets a shot off on the MG, then backpedaling away from the Grenadiers. Might be able to get one more shot off on them before being forced away. Just going to backpedal all the way to base here. Can't chase too much further. MG is there to cover. Gets into the capping circle before it gets neutralized. Trying to backpedal here away from the sniper. Sniper on the chase down. Maybe try and bait him into this machine gun, but VonAsten skirting around it, knowing its previous position. Comes a Grenadier assault here, quite low in health though, that's what I was talking about. Might have been going for the healing earlier, but I'm not sure exactly. Oh, mate, oh, he's actually not going to go for healing and rely on the free first aid kits you get from Vet 1 with the 5-man Grenadier upgrade. Interesting
Production upgrade
approach for Nicko. Finally started his tech, and he's going straight up, not going for tier 2 at all. The 5-man Grens going sniper hunting, but get intercepted by the penal and combat engineer combo. Sniper's still alive, and T70 hit in the field at a pretty respectable time and going to be close to 8 minutes. But yeah, this could be a super fast medium tank for Nicko. He's got to the tech, you know, he'll be able to put down the tech structure as well pretty quickly, but how much bleed will this T70 inflict whilst he tries to save the next 100 or so fuel? As he progresses towards a tank, that's the all-important factor in this match. VonAsten not going to be denied, planting a mine in the exact same spot again. Sniper missing a retreating shot there. And VonAsten charging down onto the cutoff. T70 forcing a whole bunch of retreats over here. He's doing the sweeping as well, making sure he's not going to run over any towers. No squads over here. Nicko playing very conservatively, knowing how lethal that can be. T70 real menace. Oh, and Penal's just charging. Get the neutralized on the cutoff, but maybe needs to retreat now. A little bit late on the retreat. Could go down now. 5-man Greens, they do have G43. Running and gunning, hoping to get the kill. Sniper jumping into the building, hoping to get a few snipes off as well. VonAsten goes for the cutoff first, and then goes about capping the fuel later, but Nicko getting onto the fuel himself.
Enemy forces are securing our territory.
And yeah, tier 3 is down and only 40 or so fuel away from Flak Panzer.
Sector has been cut off.
Looks like his progress towards his first medium going to be rapid. And VonAsten playing very conservatively. You notice like every time he's not taking any risks, he's bringing sweepers along. But it is kind of reducing his impact a little bit. Not going for chase downs and stuff, not getting super aggressive, playing a very conservative style, but it is allowing Nicko a bit of breathing room. Doesn't take the risk of losing his T70, but also doesn't inflict its maximum damage. I don't know if we've seen Nicko use these free medkits at all. It's one of the features of the 5-man Grenadiers. A little bit curious.
Our opponents are seizing a sector.
And it's like a smart idea, you know, if you're going for this kind of tech skipping rush. You go for that because you also save 150 manpower, not getting the bunker. VonAsten expecting a tank quite shortly, would have heard this being constructed over the radio intercept. So preparing himself, going for a squad of PTRS, Penals and a Zis. We'll be relying on a sniper to continue to stack up the kills, very close to 20 now with that. And Flak Panzer is in production for Nicko, so let's see what he can get done with it. VonAsten himself has a decent chunk of fuel. But still a wee way away from a medium tank. T70 can fight against the Flak Panzer to a moderate capacity, you know. Flak Panzer's armor's not that strong. Can't 1v1 it or anything like that, but with his supporting AT, can assist.
Panzer has arrived.
You have a use for this scum?
We are losing territory.
And yeah, T70 with only 1 kill in the 4 or so minutes it's been on the battlefield. As I talked about, it's just hasn't been super effective so far in this match. Nicko playing very conservatively with his retreats, and VonAsten playing very conservatively with his chase downs. Speaking of chase downs, Flak Panzer going in for the penal squad. Its moving performance on the Flak Panzer not super impressive. And Zis gets a shot from the side. He's going to chase all the way into base though, and he gets the white for his troubles. This repositioning, going to try to get some more shots as it exits. T70 coming over to assist now as well. But nothing happening there, and the Flak Panzer does get away.
The enemy is encroaching on our territory.
Oh, that's problems for VonAsten. Uh-oh. He's about to take a Faust here as well. Zis is there to force away the Flak Panzer. In fact, doubles this. Flak Panzer speeding forwards. Oh no, he packed this up. It might not be able to get any follow-up damage in. Ooh. And the Flak Panzer goes down, but takes down the T70 at the same time. If the T70 survived, I'd say VonAsten is in a very good position. But without the T70, he's lacking a little bit of anti-infantry, having invested into 2 Zis. Doesn't quite have boots on the ground now. Gonna have to rely on his sniper even more for his anti-infantry. And he's gonna go for another penal to replace his losses. That does mean a heavily delayed tech now. No medium tanks for him anytime soon.
This is our sector now.
Sniper getting some shots in here. Looks like he's going to go for a Zis barrage, but this did receive some slight nerfs to the wiping potential. Some moderate damage though, enough to deter from the sniper chase. And the sniper's actually just going to outright retreat here, get some healing in. So very important now VonAsten delays the next medium tank as much as he can after taking down the first one. Now his sniper more time to work unharassed. MG sets up, but VonAsten pulls back just enough to be out of its sight arc there. So we'll do some resource harassing. But yeah, I wonder if VonAsten didn't pack that Zis up. Maybe it could have got a second shot off without having to reposition. Maybe the T70 would have survived. More mines going off for VonAsten. Okay, a few engagements across the map. Sniper in the middle, getting some good hits in. Looks like this squad is going to get forced away. Nice wire here for Nicko as well to stop these kind of flanking plays. And all the while, Nicko is jumping on top of VonAsten's fuel. So whilst the KD is probably pretty good for VonAsten right now, Nicko is controlling a huge chunk of territory, and here we go. Stormtroopers deployed from this building. But the rifle's not enough to kill the sniper there. Even as it went down the road, really needs the MP40 upgrade, which is about to pop, and these penals could be in for some trouble now. Ooh, oh no. Oh, late retreat from VonAsten, and he loses the squad there. Good. Can he get revenge? Oh, and he does. Stormtroopers down. That's something at least. VonAsten has got his tier 4 down, but I wonder if he's going to go straight for the IS-2. His current progress doesn't really need a medium tank to help him against Nicko's potential medium tanks with the double Zis. Is that pretty well handled? So I might just go straight for the IS-2.
Attempting to steal our sector.
Nicko meanwhile does have enough fuel, but strapped for manpower, bleeding so much from that sniper.
We are losing a sector.
Can't afford another tank yet himself. Getting a shot in. It looks like VonAsten going to go for a machine gun to try and contain these G43 Grenadiers. Buy his sniper a little bit more safety. Now there's this barrage from VonAsten to deter a charging squad. And Sniper hits Vet 3 now, 35 kills on that. But without his penals to help deter this from chasing in, Grenadier's just forcing the Sniper so far back here, and could even get a wipe here on the Combat Engineers on retreat now. No, it has to retreat Grenadiers, but yeah, so light on squads after losing those 2 penals. Struggling for map control, so despite Nicko bleeding like crazy, way behind in the KD, which is bad when you're facing the Soviets especially. It's converting it into a lot of map control right now. Oh man. Oh, he should have continued to chase forwards and maybe gone for another snipe. Extended his range whilst the rifle was on cooldown. And will this be the moment where Nicko gets another tank? Maybe not. He's just got so many squads to reinforce. Hasn't started his tick up to battle phase 3, so maybe we're not going to see any Panthers from him anytime soon. I feel like if VonAsten loses the sniper, he's in some big trouble.
Enemy forces
Here we
are
go.
securing our
Grenadier's coming
territory.
around the corner, and Sniper, well handled by VonAsten, gets out of there straight away. Gonna have to rotate his Maxim though to deal with this incoming G43 or 5-man Grenadier. Now branching out to the side with the Sweeper as well, getting some capping done with those Combat Engineers, and Maxim setting up, but gonna take a rifle grenade for his troubles. Gets very, very low, and cutoff does go through for Nicko. He actually retreats with this quite early on. Interesting. Sniper there picking some shots. Penals outnumbered 2v1 here. Another flood of infantry forwards for Nicko now.
Opponents are seizing a sector.
Looks like VonAsten starting to float up, hoping to get his IS-2 in sometime soon. Sniper getting some more shots. Nicko pressing the action, charging forwards. He doubles this. A little bit of reliability here. He's going to call in the fragmentation bombs right on the base exit, and he gets the Flamer squad there, as well as the Maxim decrewed. Pretty good fragmentation bombs. Those come in super quickly when you're this close to the edge of the map, and Nicko taking full advantage of that, getting a whole bunch of kills with it. Now controlling the map, but has managed to at least branch out to this side with the Sweeper. Going to get some fuel going over there. Nicko quick to shut that down. Look at his movements across the map. Forcing another retreat. Nicko going to have to get these, VonAsten going to have to get these Zis out, maybe do some capping with them. Bit of a Raketten maneuver, I would say. Because he just needs territory right now. So close to his IS-2. But in a perilous position. Nicko meanwhile actually floating up quite a bit. These last few moments have gone really smoothly for him. Ooh. Oh no. Late reaction on the rifle grenade dodge there for VonAsten. Maybe if he stayed in cover, would have worked out better for him. Treats it just the exact wrong time and he ends up losing the squad. So now he's just got no boots on the ground. His infantry forces are so low, his map control waning. 10 fuel to go for the IS-2. But it's a very slow 10, and in comes the Panzer IV. I was thinking maybe with Nicko, with all that flight, might have considered going to battle phase 3, perhaps expecting an IS-2 sometime shortly. But yeah, you can see the toll that the double Zis has had on VonAsten did allow him to counter the medium tanks, but they've been occupying his pop cap not up to much. It was a big investment. I'd say it paid off, but he's certainly feeling the effects. Guys charging forwards, and another fragmentation bombing run coming in here. Gonna clear out the Maxim. Oh, outright destroys it. Sniper trying to get the revenge kill and misses the killing blow on the retreating squad before charging forwards, but IS-2 hitting the battlefield as well. Doubles this, having to reposition. VonAsten pegged in his base. The IS-2. And they're still going to be the response for Nicko. IS-2 getting off to a pretty good start. Half health off that squad straight away, forcing back Nicko. Misses that shot in response. VonAsten does have the double assist, so should be able to contain the medium tanks pretty well. Maybe that will allow the IS-2 to do some more anti-infantry duties. Desperately needs them in that capacity. Gonna go for more combat engineers, faster repair speeds on the IS-2 as well as just capping power. This one's closing in here. Oh, lucky penetration from the P4. But doesn't quite get in there for the snare, and VonAsten finally pushing out, finally getting a little bit of territory under control, but Nicko's already drained him down to 180 here.
The enemy is taking our territory.
Capping up with the sniper even. Double repairs going on. Doesn't want to use the crew repairs because he really wants to maintain his munitions for a Sturmovik. Loiter. Nicko not even going to bother trying to engage until he's got 2 Stugs to help fight against the IS-2. I think that's a pretty wise idea. Especially when he's up against the double AT guns. He's going to have to be canny with his positioning. Speaking of canny, in he comes, maybe going to find the sniper coming down this corridor. Has to do some damage. There we go, sniper retreats. Makes it out. Got a fresh Maxim covering the cutoff. VonAsten calling in the planes to buy a bit of breathing room. He's repositioning his AT gun here. Maybe can't shoot through this weaknesses. Fragmentation bombs again. Nicko clearing out the Zis. Oh, we got the sniper with that frag bombs as well, and that's enough. VonAsten throws in the towel. This game a bit closer, I would say, but just a few things not really going VonAsten's way. That T-70 going down there potentially could have kept that alive, which would have bought him a lot of breathing room. There's a penal wipe over here. Just a few things not going his way, but not to take away from Nicko. He played this brilliantly. Very conservative as well. Like, doesn't lose much at all to the T-70. As I mentioned, it had 1 kill after 4 minutes, but VonAsten really didn't maximize the killing potential of the T-70 this game. And that's partly VonAsten playing conservatively, worried about the towers and whatnot, but partly Nicko playing smartly, retreating at the right times, not putting any squads at risk of getting wiped. I'll wrap on that, guys. Pretty convincing 2-0 victory to Nicko.